Hey, what's up, guys? So yesterday I posted a video to my other channel. We did some freestyle flying, talked about PIDs, race flight, and some other stuff. But I broke my brand freaking new GoPro Session. There's nothing wrong with the lens, nothing wrong with the case. It's like it's getting no power. No buttons work. I tried charging it, doesn't even charge. So with you as my witness, this is the only fix I can think of. Once again, if you have been watching that channel, you'd know that my last session is in the bottom of a pond somewhere. This one was brand new. I've only used it twice and already broke it. I'll leave you a link to that video if you are interested in checking it out. It really was a fun day. So my first piece of advice I can give you is pay the extra money for the warranty to where you could just send this in and get another one. I never buy warranties because I am an electrical engineer and I fix everything myself. Literally everything, even household items. The next thing I want to say is I do want to apologize that this is not a how-to video. I am going to walk you through this and give you all the tips and tricks I have, but I would have taken you guys with me as I went along with this, but I honestly didn't think I was going to be able to fix it. The reason I say that is because the only information I've found on taking one of these apart between websites and YouTube is only one website, and they completely tore this thing apart. Like, I don't mean taken apart, I mean tore it apart. They were using Dremel tools and just cut it to pieces. And contrary to their belief, you can actually take this apart without completely destroying it. They even went as far to take x-rays of this thing, and they still couldn't figure out how to take it apart without cutting it into a million pieces. So the very first thing you want to do is take the lens cover off. Well, I don't know what it's called. We're going with lens cover. To do this, it has 8 of these Torx screws. I honestly don't know what size Torx wrench this is, but what I can say is I purchased this a very long time ago, just spare lens covers, and it actually comes with this screwdriver right here. Surprisingly, I've never broken a lens cover. Somehow I broke something on the inside. I don't know how that happens. After I took that off, like I said, I had no guidance, no write-ups, no tutorials, so I just kind of winged it. I'm sure you've felt the rubber case along here. I took the entire thing off just to see if there were any screws or anything underneath, and there's not. I then removed this aluminum back plate just to find out that this plastic cover is one solid piece. So you take this off, there's just more clear plastic underneath it. So I do not recommend taking this off. This little latch also comes off, but once again, don't take it off. There's no need to. You do have to unlatch this little door because this will not slide out if it's still locked in. So the only thing holding this entire block of electronics is around this edge. It's just glue. There's glue holding this in to this. So you have one of two ways of taking this apart. You can either take a screwdriver and pry the living crap out of it and just keep pushing all the way around. That might work. I tried that and it wasn't working for me. So what I did was take a hot air gun. Not a hot air gun, but like a solder reworking gun. Set it to about 350 degrees, and I heated it up. Well, I just heated up this entire aluminum piece. The downside to doing it that way is it is going to mess up your rubber, the rubber going around this plastic housing. You can do it the screwdriver way first. You can try that out, and that won't damage the rubber, but you're probably going to end up heating this entire thing up anyway, and then the rubber just peels off. So yeah, I heated it up, then used a screwdriver to pull it off. That was much easier, and then this entire thing just slides right out. At this point, I highly recommend taking pictures. I mean, I'll show you some pictures that I took along the way. The reason I recommend taking pictures is because once you go to put this thing back together, it is like a maze, and you can forget where things go. So the pictures just help out. But it's either going to be the same size Torx screws along here. There's also a few Phillips head screws, and everything's very simple. Just start taking everything apart. This battery, you can just peel it right off. It just has sticky stuff right here holding it on. I did desolder these wires just so I didn't accidentally short anything as I was checking it over. And then once I was done, I soldered the battery back on. If there's anybody here wondering how to replace the battery and you don't know what battery you need, here it is. So I guess you could do a Google search. You might be able to find one. It is nice knowing that you can actually replace these batteries, because that was my one and only complaint with this, because I know by this time next year the battery life is going to be decreased to about half the lifespan. As far as these ribbons, your typical ribbons actually has a locking mechanism and they slide out by pulling them, but these are different. You can pull it up with your fingernail. They are barely held on. They just snap in place. So you can just unsnap it with your fingernail. And that was actually my problem. Like I said, because I had no damage on the outside, but what happened was you've got these two ribbons right here. Point is, there is another ribbon underneath this metal tray, just on the other side of this. There's another ribbon on the exact opposite side, right underneath this. And this is the ribbon that came undone, and that's the reason it wouldn't power up, it wouldn't charge, it wasn't getting anything, because of the ribbon on the other side of this. If you do have the same situation, just take it apart, go through, and just press down on all these. Like I said, they just snap in. Make sure they're all snapped in place. So there's your fix for that. If you were here because you damaged a lens, you can actually replace the lens. I tore this thing completely apart. It really didn't take that long. You just have to, the way you get to the screws, it's like I said, it's a maze. You have to take some stuff off just to get to more screws, and then take more stuff off to get to more screws, and just keep doing that. Keep taking pictures so you don't forget. But eventually you will whittle your way down to where the lens is, and you can actually replace the lens. I couldn't tell you what lens you need. I didn't actually take it out, but I would imagine once you take it out, then there's probably a part number or something, and you can use that to purchase a new lens. Once you're done, just reassemble everything. Stick your battery back onto that sticky stuff. Take this, make sure your door is open. Push this all the way on. You can even snap the door closed. Then after that, just put the protective cover, whatever, back on, and you're done. Oh, that's one thing I forgot. Take your SD card out before you try to slide this out, because the SD card will get caught in it. And then once you put it back together, you can put the SD card back in. And that's it. So I hope I helped somebody out. At least helped you out a lot more than that website helped me, which was zero. They had me thinking I was going to cut this thing apart with a Dremel tool. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.